I don't think si Lenny ma-persuade. Kasi, I think Lenny already see through everything. Kita mo tahimik siya ngayon, no?
Hindi na siya nagko-comment at all.
Hindi na siya nagko-comment. Siya ang, to be honest, if you are a kakampink, ang gusto mong mag-lead ng voice, si Lenny. Because Lenny is the mother of kakampinks just as much as Digong is the father of DDS. So, bakit si mother tahimik? Alam mo, feeling ko tinreten yan.
Tinreten si Mama Lenny?
Oo, na hindi ka po, kung wala kang magandang sasabihin,
huwag ka na lang,
huwag ka na lang magsalita dahil pag nagsalita ka, sasampaan ka namin kaso ng kakaiba yung the people are higher than the law. So parang, you know what, this is the first time that I ever heard that the people are higher than the law. Magkaiba kasi yung sovereignty emanates from the people.
Yes,
that you have to bend the law in order to please the people. Actually, yung sinasabi mong the people are higher than the law, yun yung sovereignty belongs to them. Pero you cannot bend the law in order to please them. Actually, they're going to break you, your institutions, the people, if they so wish. That is the right to revolution. Because sovereignty emanates from them. Pero hindi yun ang ibig sabihin nun is you will bend the law in order to please them. Magkaiba yun. Kasi sino yung them? Sino yung them? Sino yung them? Sinong people to? Yung mga nagrally sa EDSA, it's 30,000 lang yan. 30,000 lang yan. It's not the people. They are a group of people, but it is not the people that is referred to in the Constitution.
But hindi sila conflicted. Hindi sila, parang, hindi kayo nauubo sa mga pinagsasabi niyo. Hindi ba kayo nauubo sa mga pinagsasabi niyo? Tangina. Ano to? Sobrang kadiri. Or baka ano to? Hindi ba to mga parang yung tipong, oy, maglabas ka naman ng statement, ganyan. Tsakahin mo nga yung baka ganon paid service.
Oo, kasi ano naman concern mo sa mga baka? Di ba? Una-una, bakit bigla kang concern sa baka? Kumakain kayo ng baka. Yung baka pinapatay bago nyo kainin. Ano ba alam nyo, this is the problem, no? This is the problem. That's why young kids, actually do this to your kids. Always bring your kids to a farm. Okay? Always bring your kids to all kinds of farm ng bigas, yung farming ng baboy, baka, etc. Para maintindihan ng mga anak ninyo na itong mga to, hindi, yung mga kinakain ninyo, hindi siya nanggagaling sa supermarket. That's, may pinapatay, okay? May pinapatay, may ganyan. Okay? This is how it's done. Okay? That's why, pahalagahan ninyo yung mga kinakain ninyo dahil mahirap siya. Gets nyo? It's not to turn them into vegetarian, but to tell them that this is how violent it is in order for you to have food to eat. So make sure that you eat well. Okay? Alam mo,
make sure that you don't waste food, di ba? Make sure that you don't waste food dahil
Alam mo, may nakadate ako sa Switzerland. And alam ko paano siya pinalaki. Yung nakadate ko. Ano to medyo alta-alta. Girl, sabi niya sa akin, kasi ang galing niya magluto ng steak. Galing niya magluto ng steak. Ang sarap. Alam mo yung, kaya niyang, he can do a lot with steak, kung paano i-cure, etc. Sabi niya sa akin na, he was taught by his grandfather how to kill, how to unalive a cow properly. Sabi ko, bakit ganyan? Para daw malaman, para daw malaman nila on how on what it takes for you to eat meat and for you to actually take care of it. Alam mo yan. So sabi niya, kaya niya. Kaya nga yung steak niya, alam mo yung parang putang ina ka, parang mas mahal mo yung steak mo kaysa sa akin. Ganon. Alam mo yung very the way that he shows respect to the meat is like, wow, ibang level. Kasi yun ang sabi ko, yung pala nag-start na conversation namin, sabi ko, ibang level ko ha. Kasi talagang, alam mo yung parang, you would see how they respect the meat. Tapos kinuwento niya sa akin, kasi nung bata daw siya, tinuruan daw siya kung paano tumegi ng baka para gawing pagkain. So he knows what it feels, and he really knows how it feels like to actually unalive something that's alive. So and that actually made him respect the meat because of that that lesson, no? Hindi yung lesson kung paano ka titegi ng baka, pero it's really how to show respect. And this is in Switzerland, and they're actually a very rich family. So that is the point. That is the point. It's not to make you a vegetarian, but to actually make you respect the food that you eat. Sabi nga sa Lion King,
circle of life.
Circle of life. We ate them, and then they eat the grass, and then ganon. Ganon eksena. So you actually respect your food, kasi someone has to tegi, di ba? Someone has to tegi. Someone has to do the tegging for you in order for you to do something. And something something that's really alive has to get teggy in order for you to be alive. So the least that you can do is actually show respect to the meat. Kaya nga di ba yung mga yung Jewish tradition and Islamic tradition, may paraan sila kung paano tumegi ng
specific way, no?
Oo, ng pagkain. May dasal-dasal pa yan.
Correct.
Oo, hindi mo pwedeng pahirapan ng lalo sa mga Muslim, yung halal, hindi mo pwedeng pahirapan hindi mo pwedeng pahirapan ang meat, ang baka. Pwedeng pahirapan ng, hindi ba? Tama ako sa mga Muslim na nakikinig sa atin. Hindi mo pwedeng
yung
pahirapan.
More than necessary, yung wag mo siyang patayin ng more than necessary yung para matindi siya.
Yes. Merong proper way. Meron silang proper way in order to actually unalive a living being. Meron pa yung may prayer pa yan. That's how much they respect life. Okay? That's how much they respect life. That, wala tayong magagawa. Ganito talaga ang buhay. Kailangan natin tumegi para may kumakain tayo. Diba? Pero, parang, let's respect, let's show some respect to the living being na they have to give up their life for you. Pero itong sila, napaka-ipokrito na, stop the slaughter of meat. Paano mo sa tingin na napunta sa'yo yung steak sa niluluto ninyo? Ano yung magic?
Kumembot. Kumembot papunta sa plato nila.
Na hire kakampings. Sabi, sumagot ako, oo, mapapersuade yan. Si Bongbong nga napapersuade eh. Sabi ko. So, syempre, gatong
I don't think si Lenny mapapersuade. Kasi, I think Lenny already see through everything. Kita mo, tahimik siya ngayon, no?
Hindi na siya nagko-comment at all.
Hindi na siya nagko-comment. Siya, to be honest, if you are a kakampink, ang gusto mong mag-lead ng voice, si Lenny. Because Lenny is the mother of kakampinks just as much as Digong is the father of DDS. So, bakit si mother tahimik? Alam mo, feeling ko tinreten yan.
Tinreten si Mama Lenny?
Oo, na hindi ka po, kung wala kang magandang sasabihin,
huwag ka na lang,
huwag ka na lang magsalita dahil pag nagsalita ka, sasampaan ka namin kaso ng ano.
Pero pag binasag yung trip namin, na no Marcos resign, yari ka, ganan.
Hindi, as in, hindi na siya nagsasalita about politics, tahimik na siya.
Okay, and that threat may come from different direction. I mean, not necessarily from, No,
it's coming from the BBM admin.
Okay,
Na, kakasuhan ka namin ng election sa election cheating. Girl, walang prescription yun. May prescription ba yun?
I'm not so sure.
Diba? Pwede nilang buhayin. Pwede nilang buhayin yung kaso. Girl, binubuhay nga nila yung kaso na 1988 pa or 1987, yung isang artista na.
Yung kay PRRD, yung 21 years ago na Chinese sa Davao.
Diba? Kaya-kaya nilang gawin, especially with an addict. So parang wala na. So wala, hindi malabo na may mga pumipigil kay Lenny kasi nakikita na, I think ang pumipigil kay Lenny, alam mo kung sino, Joey?
Sino?
Rosa Group sa kakamping.
Oo. Na you're going to lose more than gain some if you're going to, yun ba? Tingin mo?
Kasi iba-iba yan, 'di ba? May Rosa Group.
And yung Rosa ang pinaka-reasonable na grupo ng mga pink eh.
Yes. So feeling ko yung Rosa, karamihan ng Rosa Group nasa Bicol. Nasa Bicol, nasa 'di ba? Yung mga yung ibang leaders ng Bicol.
Si Attorney Bing, si Ma'am Bing, Rosa yun eh.
Oo. Kaya pag nakita mo yung kaya nakita mo yung results ng 2022 election, merong portion ng Bicol saka ng Quezon. Rosa.
Na Rosa, oo.
As in Rosa. So nanalo si Sara, nanalo si Lenny. Kaya tingnan niyo yung election results ng 2022 kung saan yung Lenny Sara na resulta.
Tapos based on comments doon, Miss Jo.
Halimbawa, parang tawag dito, daydreaming lang. Kung halimbawang si Sara yung biglang umupo, tapos sasabihin ni Sara, I'm just gonna be here to oversee a change in government na ang magiging most powerful is yung tao. Yun nga, yung federal parliamentary or whatever form of
pero
government.
malabo, hindi part ng agenda ni Inday yan eh.
Hindi, yun.
At least sa ngayon, hindi part ng agenda ni Inday.
Well, sana yun yung mabigyan niya ng Kasi ako kasi ang hirap kasi pagka umaasa na lang tayo lagi na merong Duterte or merong PRRD na dadating, 'di ba? Ako, binoto ko naman si PRRD na yun yung hope ko. Parang long shot din nung time na yon nung kay Pinoy papunta kay PRRD, pero I'm glad na it worked out well. Pero what's our guarantee na laging merong ganun? Parang
Kaya
once
nga.
in a lifetime yung merong ganun eh. O, halimbawa, sabihin natin si Sarah, hindi ko rin alam kung anong nasa isip ni Sarah. Paano kung puro vengeance din siya? Although I hope na itutuloy niya yung kay PRRD, pero hindi ko naman alam kung ganun din siya mag-isip sa tatay niya. Paano kung para siyang, kasi naloko na rin ako ni BBM eh, 'di ba? Ang mahirap kasi kapag personality based lang tayo. So we really have to change the system. So I'm hoping na yung platform natin ngayon maging daan na imulat natin isa-isa yung bawat Pilipino na dapat hindi tayo mag-focus. Kasi paano pag wala ng Dutertes or PRRDs?
Well, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen in your lifetime. You just have to accept that. It's not gonna happen. That's the most realistic situation. So, ako talaga, I think Philippines, it will come.
I know, it's a long shot. It's a long shot, Sas. But, ako, yun lang yung contribution ko. Yung eto, sumali sa inyo. I-share yung thought ko. Baka sakaling mag-ripple effect. Makapag-isip yung iba na dapat nga, oo nga, hindi dapat sa personality, dapat yung system ang baguhin, yung system ang mag-force sa mga politiko natin na to do well, otherwise they will be kicked out.
Pero yun na nga, no, JL, the system doesn't build itself. It has to be built. Okay. Kaya nga,
pero kaso lang, paano siya magagawa kung walang magsisimula?
Ayun na nga ang sinasabi ko. Wala.
First us, it's through
kahit
revolution.
Kailangan ng if you're not willing to die for system change, it's not gonna happen. I understand. Kaya nga yun. Kaya nga yung mga tao, di ba, na system change. Look, Indonesia, willing yung mga taong to give them all. Ang issue lang naman nila doon, nataasan ng sweldo nataasan ng sweldo yung mga members ng parliament. Yung Nepal, nag-trigger lang nun dahil binan yung Facebook. So parang tumodo na yung So they're willing to die for what they believe in. Kaya nga, as laudable as these ideals are, they require actually blood. People would have to sacrifice for that. And ang nangyayari kasi, like for example, yung FedPAR. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm solved with it. But the thing is, who will bell the cat?
Actually, I'm as hopeless as you are stating you to be right now. Pero
I'm not hopeless. I'm just saying that it's not going to happen in your lifetime. It's not going to happen in our life. I'm not saying it's not going. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that it is going to happen, but it's not going to happen in our lifetime.
Yeah, I'm accepting the fact na napaka-minimal lang chance na mangyari yun ngayon, pero at least parang naisip ko na lang na since meron naman na tong platform ni Joey kaya nga sumasali rin ako any platform or kahit nga mga kakamping sinasalihan ko na mga debate. Hindi na ako nakikipag-debate sa kanila about who will mamumuno. Ang pinopoint ko na lang yung system change kasi kailangan natin ng system na magfo-force sa mga politician na to do well. Kasi ang nangyayari, kabaliktaran. Pag pumasok ka, dapat maging corrupt ka. Otherwise, hindi ka magtatagal.
Well, lahat naman ganyan ang nangyayari, no? Because it is actually a very rotten it's a very rotten situation. It's not gonna happen. Kaya nga kay PRRD, we all hopes kay PRRD. So what happened? It went back with a vengeance. Yung na-pacify na corruption nun, it went back with a vengeance. Like, kakaibang vengeance ito. Talagang gutom na gutom yung mga ano. If you're not will, if the people who could do it are not willing to line all these people in Luneta and Jose Rizal Dam, not gonna happen. So, ako talaga, the Philippines is going down the drain, slow, painful disintegration. I don't think that the future of the Philippines is going to be a unitary country. It's not gonna work.
Actually, that's what.
Ano yan. In the future, it will disintegrate. I can see in the future that Mindanao at some point will. Bahala na kayo dyan. Kasi it's irresolvable as one country. Like, mag-aano lang yan, lalo na, can you imagine the Luzon is too much. Pero it's going to be, there's going to be a divorce, you know. It happened in other. It happened before. It happened in other countries before, like Yugoslavia, disintegrated. So don't think that the Philippines as it is will exist. Kung may mangyayari system change, it's not going to be like,
it's not limited. Not limited to ano.
Happy. It's not just limited to that. Kaya nga ang pinaka nakikita ko talagang future niyan. Bahala na kayo diyan sa Luzon. Bahala na kayo. Bahala na kayo diyan. And
that's actually what pains me, Sas. Kaya nga
it doesn't pain me. It's just the natural course of things. The unity of the Philippines is artificial. It was imposed on you. So it's like
Well,
so
I don't know, but
it's not gonna happen. Hiwa ano yan enjoy it as it lasts, but it's not gonna last because it's like a internal contradiction, no? Like for example, yung tactical alliance ni Pink at ni BBM. They're enjoying it until it lasts, but it will break because it has so much internal contradiction. Like Mindanao, they always believe that, you know, that they deserve to be a country, and they all have a reason to believe that, and that feeling is not gone.
So ibig sabihin, if that time comes na magkaroon ng Mindanao, so halimbawa kami mga taga Luzon, we could just vote with our feet. Lipat kami kung saan namin gusto.
Kung i-open nila yung ano
kung i-open nila for migration. Kung i-open nila for migration, pero ano yan, parang kaya nga 'di ba, ang compromise nila yung BARM, and BARM is not doing well kasi nga
pinapakialaman.
Oo, kino-control pa rin. So, you know, it has not died down. It will it will just move on. I think there will come a time that Mindanao will just move on. Kasi hindi nila kaya to eh. Like for example, whatever is going on in Luzon affects the country, at kung may gustong gawin, may gustong baguhin yung Pilipinas, it will just be Luzon that's going to decide. Yung US nga, di ba? Texas, secession of Texas has always been hanging in the horizon, and it might happen, maybe not in our lifetime, it might happen in the future, di ba? So the Philippines is not so different. So hindi lang, the solution might not be, maybe the solution is really not just federalism, but let's just focus on our own
problems.
I see. Pero do you see the contrast from when PRRD was president and from now na meron tayong weak leader na ganyan na bright na yung future ng Mindanao nung kay PRRD, tapos kaya yun yung inaano ko talaga, yung system of government natin is really a double-edged sword na
pero kasi sa part yun ng part yun ng self-determination nung body 'di ba? Kung kunwari kailan ba magse-self-determine yung entire nation na sige mag-system change tayo, ganon. Ngayon kung kunwari 'di ba, kunwari yung Mindanao parang I'm done with this bullshit, tapos sabi niya alis na siya, and mag-self-determine sila na ganun na yung gusto nilang gawin, ano gagawin natin, 'di ba?
Sila talaga ang may coherent na systems change. Ang mga taga Mindanao. Meron silang coherent and they actually can achieve it if they want to achieve it. Kaya ang Luzon lang naman may problema ano talaga siya, karima-rimarin yung situation. Can you imagine yung Metro Manila nga hindi mapaganda?
But actually yung mga elitista lang naman talaga ang laging ang gumagawa ng problema, yung mga elitista ng Luzon.
But ang problem, we cannot control the elitista of Luzon. Diba? We cannot
bahala na yung problema ng Luzon. Alam mo, yung ano niyan, kasi nga, kayo parang, it will just, it will just keep on bubbling up. Ako feeling ko pinaka magpapabilis yung pag natuloy ang gera ng gusto ng Amerika. Yung sa Taiwan. Kasi Luzon yung maapekto. That's perfect opportunity.
And PR...
Abangan natin yung mga susunod na kabanata. I really think they will implode. Nung nakita naman natin kanina na nag-aaway-away na yung akbayan na nakbayan. Kasi nga magkakaroon ng internal contradiction of what is really their goal. They don't know their goal anymore. They don't know their goal anymore. Diba? So, hello, i-recommend mo ba naman Vice Ganda for President?
Wala, papunta na kayo sa basurahan na, no? Ang kasi niya, parang desperate ni pitch ni Love Diaz yun na which is unhinged rin. Kasi parang ina-assume mo na si Vice Ganda popular at iboboto siya ng mga tao just because he's popular. 'Di ba? Parang rin to si Love Diaz, bastos rin siya sa public na parang hindi naman porket sikat si Vice, wala na yung artista magic pagdating dun sa election. Bihirang-bihira na yung mga artistang lumuslusot just because they are popular. Ganon, hindi na yun ganon, hindi na siya yung parang sikat na sikat si Vice and therefore makakuha siya ng national vote at mananalo as president. Diyos ko. Doon base yung premise ni Love Diaz na patakbuhin si Vice, popular, pagkatapos ang vice president niya is someone from the pink side, si Mama Leni or whoever, ganyan-ganyan. Pagkatapos magre-resign daw si Vice Ganda. So, the real capable leader daw will take over, ganon. So, parang ang suggestion niya is he wanted to cheat the system. Ganon. He wanted to cheat the system. Ang problema, you cannot cheat the Duterte voters. Cannot cheat the Duterte voters.
Alam mo, lalo lang, kasi their problem right now is how to handle their own followers. The Duterte supporters are not your problem. Your problem right now is your own followers. Hindi kami. Kasi yung mga followers nyo, nakita yung mga ginagawa ninyo.
You are answerable to your followers. After all the bullshit that you have done over the weekend. My God. Diba?
Paano mo ipapaliwanag yan? So, good luck na lang. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sas. Ayan, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat at magpapasalamat ako kay AA Ron sa pagpapamember, kay Sunny Porca sa super sticker, Kuya Gado USA, nagpapa-shout out from LA, California, USA. Imba for being a member of our YouTube, Kael. Gail Aguila na nagpa-member din. Maraming salamat. One Punch Jam, amend the law, hindi bend the law, Bobong Erich. Grabe talaga yung high blood na binigay ni Erich sa ni Erich sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Teka, babasahin ko yung teka, wag ko pala muna umalis. Babasahin ko yung ni Dare, yung reaction ng Justice. Nakakaya statement ni Tulfo, Franz Lido, maraming salamat, Jo Malin, 6 Feet Gamer, Arlene Pacaldo, Joanna Divigi Nagracia, Fee L, ayaw nila kay Diskaya kasi nationwide yun, maraming alam. True. And May Yang, ayan. Ito yung nakakaloka. Teka. Ayan. Si Justice Tijam. Sabi ni Justice Tijam, Senator Tulfo might be suggesting a revolutionary government where Congress needs to be abolished. That outrageous declaration was never taught in schools. It is not sanctioned by international law. Not even the Bible or religious text, to my recollection, permits it. To my not even Bible or religious text, to my recollection, permits it unless the law itself is intrinsically illegal or immoral. He is suggesting a long, extensive congressional or legislative break or recess. To please the people, you have to bend the law. Is this AKAP mentality? My personal observation. Senator Tulfo did not read and understand the contents of his oath of office before swearing and signing it. In the Philippines, a senator who violates their oath of office can face penalties, including removal from office and disqualification from holding any public office through impeachment process, which requires a two-thirds vote of all senators after conviction. They can also be subject to criminal prosecution for specific offenses, such as perjury, which carries imprisonment, fines, and perpetual disqualification from office. Other possible repercussion includes disciplinary action by the Senate and potentially crime or civil liability in court after impeachment. Senator Tulfo, may I respectfully suggest that you apologize and retract the deplorable statement you made for the good of the Senate. Unfortunately, you have Tito Soto as the Senate President.
Sino yung nagsalita?
Tijam, Supreme Court Justice Tijam. Retired Supreme Court Justice.
Senior Senator did not read and understand the contents of his oath of office before swearing and signing it. In the Philippines, and violates their oath of office can face penalties, including removal from office, from holding which requires a two-thirds vote after conviction. They can also have the criminal prosecution. He's suggesting a long, extensive congressional or legislative break or recess. To please the people, you have to bend the law. Is this AKAP mentality? My personal... Well, kakaiba yung the people are higher than the law. So parang... You know what? This is the first time that I ever heard that the people are higher than the law. Magkaiba kasi yung sovereignty emanates from the people.
Yes,
that you have to bend the law in order to please the people. Actually, yung sinasabi mong the people are higher than the law, yun yung sovereignty belongs to them. Pero you cannot bend the law in order to please them. Actually, they're going to break you, your institutions, the people, if they so wish. That is the right to revolution. Because it is, because sovereignty emanates from them. Pero hindi yun ang ibig sabihin nun is you will bend the law in order to please them. Magkaiba yun. Kasi sino yung them? Sino yung them? Sino yung them? Sinong people to? Yung mga nagrally sa EDSA, it's 30,000 lang yan. 30,000 lang yan. It's not the people. They are a group of people, but it is not the people that is referred to in the Constitution. So, in every revolutionary moment, that is a moment na hindi sila naging above the law. They are actually taking back their own power in order to create new order with new constitution, with new law. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, a politician can bend the law in order to please whoever. Walang ganun. Parang, saan to nakuha itong mga Tapos si Boying Remulla naman, nag-yes.
Sinagundahan ni Boying Remulla.
At ito ang nag-a-apply na maging ombudsman. Katakot.